Okay, think. Okay, to start, we just challenged all 100 to make one piece of content in the next 48 hours that's entirely different from their original submission. Alright, let me think about it from a Rust point of view, because after all, I'm a Rust content creator. My original submission, really all of the videos that I make have one goal, so to speak, or the plays that I make, everything I do is driven to gain loot for myself. It's for my own personal gain. So scrap that. If I want to make something entirely different, I suppose I could go about a Rust adventure with an outlook opposite to one that I've ever had while playing the game. Instead of doing things for my own personal gain, every single play that I would make, every single tiny bit of loot that I would profit, I would eventually give away to someone. A selfless take on an otherwise selfish game. That's perfect. But that was easier said than done. We were talking about in a short amount of time starting from scratch and profiting the highest tier loot in Rust so that we could give it away. It would be a tricky task, but I knew exactly where I was going to start. The only place on the entire map of Rust where fights with high tier guns and gears seem to never end. Launch site. Now, very early on, I knew I had chosen the right spot for action. Massive clan bases towered over the valley below that contained launch site. Before nightfall, I came across the rundown remnants of a raided clan base that was nearby. It wasn't much at all, but with a few patches here and there, I made it my own cozy little abode. As the sun was rising that next morning, a fight broke out at launch site. I ran over with a water pipe shotgun to see what I could do. Everyone was gone by the time that I got there, but in looking around in the tall grass near where the fight took place, I was able to find a Thompson submachine gun. It seemed that the dead body had gone unfound in the tall grass, and so I brought the gun back to my base, researched it, just as another huge fight broke out at launch. But this time, I was ready. I ran over with my Tommy to see what I could do. I think they're about to take Bradley, and if they're holding tower, there's really no way I can get inside. Yeah, he's just sitting there, that's annoying. I kinda gotta gamble, and when he looks away, try to sneak past. He's gonna hear if I open the door. I have to wait for him to shoot. Okay. I don't think he heard it. There's another one running outside. Nice, it's big. First play, 2 LRs, holy. I should probably wait to take them out till I get more guns, so I'll go out with a Tommy. There are guys in the trees, I'm pretty sure, but if I come from the left from outpost, I might be able to sneak up. I have an AK but no armor. I mean, I'm not complaining. Free AK is a free AK. I'm gonna bank all this. And so yeah, after about 5 total hours of recording footage, the gains that I made were far better than what I thought they would be. I don't think I've ever had a solo run that has gone so flawlessly, with so much loot gained in such a short amount of time. But I had to remember the end goal. It was now about time to give all of the loot away, the entire base and everything inside of it. But picking someone was going to be hard. If I were to talk out loud, someone might recognize my voice and act a certain way because of it. Maybe be more nice or more genuine. After coming back to my base from my final room, I noticed 2 guys climbing on top of my base, and I don't blame them. It looks like a decayed base that they could get loot from. So I decided that I would give the base to them. I mean, they were both naked, so they could use the loot. I opened all the doors to my base and let them come inside and take whatever they wanted. Now, I did keep a little bit on me. I had a next door neighbor named Caden. He was a solo player. I'd seen him quite frequently throughout the day, and it seemed like every single time I was going to run to a fight, he was in the way and I killed him, and I kind of felt bad about it. He was just trying to farm and mind his own business, so before I gave away all of the loot in my base to these 2 guys, I ran over to Caden's base with an inventory of loot to give to him. Caden! Caden, open up, open up. It's your neighbor. Yeah, I killed you when you were chopping wood earlier, and I felt really bad about it. And so I have some loot to give you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
No problem, man, no problem.
You Stevie?
That's my name. Oh, you know how this goes, Caden. Do the deed. Do the deed, get it over with. Ah, job well done. So that was that, right? A selfless Rust adventure accomplished. Well, not quite. I didn't notice it until after the fact, but the 2 guys that I'd given my base to were not complete strangers. On multiple occasions throughout the day, they'd been sitting outside of my base waiting for me to come out and kill me, and when I defended myself, they would just project. Shit. But he's toxic. They didn't really talk much when I was giving them my base, which I thought was weird, but this was probably why. They didn't want me recognizing their voice, but I was able to go back in my footage and confirm that they were the same people. But now what was the point of my philanthropic endeavor on this day in Rust if I was just giving loot to some scumbags? I needed to set things right. I'd given them access to my base. I'd left every single door open, but they didn't actually have control of the doors, so they couldn't close them behind them. And looking through the boxes, I saw that they didn't loot every single gun. I grabbed a custom submachine gun and started running over to Caden's base. They were there. By the sounds of things, they had camped outside of his base and had killed him multiple times, and now they were being toxic to him out loud in voice chat.
Appreciate it. Stop playing me like a fool.
Oh, okay, this guy's genuinely toxic. Yo, Caden. Come, bro, we gotta get out of here. I think these guys might try to cut us off in my door. I think they know I just killed them. Please, 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 please.
Hello?
Caden, how you doing, bro? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, what's up? How you doing?
I love your videos. I'm a subscriber.
Hey, I love to hear it, man.
Oh, my brother watches your videos too, and he's right here.
Tell him I say hi. That's awesome. Caden and I had a pretty long and awesome conversation. I gave him full control of the base. It was now his. And then it was time for us to say our final goodbyes. I'm going to head off for now. If you want to do the proper honors, be my guest. And good luck with all your endeavors.
Thanks for this. Just the ability to talk to you is amazing.
Of course, bro. It's been a blast.
Yep, see ya.
I think I got it right this time. I had one of my most wildly successful solo runs to date, planned and executed with selfless intentions. Entirely different than how I normally play Rust, but still difficult to say if this is kind of what Faze was looking for. I mean, it's tough with the prompt being so open-ended. A piece of content entirely different than my original submission. I suppose in terms of the way I play the game that I play, it's entirely different because it's, you know, the opposite style, but it's still Rust. So maybe I scrap this. Maybe I need to think outside of the box, something not Rust. Alright, I have an idea. Ignore the bumpy road and the probably really grainy video because it's dark. I'm kind of just holding my phone up for the aesthetic. But hear me out. The entire Rust portion of the video, or really the video as a whole, the theme is giving. The title of the video is The Giver. I mean, the reason I originally thought of that was not because I was trying to portray myself as some sort of selfless person, but it was because I wanted to do the complete opposite of what gaming or Rust is usually about, which is greed, you know? So I did the opposite. I had my Rust adventure where I gave back, but I realized in doing that I could also do something in real life that follows that same theme, giving back. So I know exactly where I'm gonna go. I'm kind of winging it here. I'm not saying this is going to be amazing quality content, but the idea kind of formed in my head to do something like this that you'll soon see. So I'm not going to let it slide. So I got about 15 and a half hours until this video is due, so to speak. And that's plenty of time. We'll see how it goes. Did I pass my exit back there? Uh-oh. Can I get small fries and a strawberry milkshake, please? A small. Oh, that'll do it. 25. Hello. I have a question for you. Would it be possible for me to pay for the next like 20 people that come through the line? Would that work?
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
Now there's some things about this that I would like to point out. While you guys get to watch the beautiful high quality time lapse that is cars going through the Cookout drive-thru, with the fog at the time glowing red because of the Cookout lights and the glare of the car's headlights shining right into the lens of the camera, and the popping hues of the trash that was scattered across the stained asphalt. Pretty nice, right? But on a more serious note, I was really hesitant to include this footage in this video. I have always believed, and I still believe, that you really shouldn't just do good deeds to seek social acceptance online. That's kind of scummy. It defeats the whole purpose, in my opinion. But I find myself here showing you guys this footage. I didn't necessarily have the time to find the most practical and genuine way to give. Knowing that ahead of time at any point in watching it, if it seemed too disingenuous, I would not have shown any of this to you guys. With that being said, my experience at this Cookout on this Tuesday night was pretty amazing. I'll sketch it out for you guys. Trust me, it's easier to understand this way. So this is the top-down view. The Cookout's kind of a rectangle here, and there are two drive-through lanes on either side of the building. My phone was right here recording, so I couldn't go sit in my car and risk my phone getting stolen, so I decided to just take a seat on the sidewalk with my strawberry milkshake and my Cajun fries. Now, the cashiers didn't explicitly tell the customers that I had paid for their meal, but if they insisted on knowing, he would point at me sitting there on the sidewalk. So I actually had a lot of conversations that night from people that would exit the drive-thru after they got their meal and pull up to the curb to thank me.
Which one of y'all did that, man?
What?
Which one of y'all did that?
It's him.
God
Hey.
bless you, man.
Yeah, man. Have a good night, brother.
Straight up, man. God
Appreciate
bless you,
it.
man. Appreciate it, man. That's love, man.
Thank you. You're welcome. You guys have a good night.
Furthermore, after it was all said and done, I actually had a pretty extended conversation with two of the cashiers who are now both subscribers. I told them about Rust and the Phase 5 challenge and everything they asked. It was actually a really memorable experience, having genuine conversations with people that you otherwise wouldn't have conversations with simply because you walk very different lives. I mean, looking back on it now, there's not a single item that I could purchase with the money that I spent last night at Cookout that would give me more happiness than that experience at Cookout did. A jumble of words, but pretty much I don't regret spending a single penny last night. And don't ask me for the specific dollar amount because I don't think that's important. I don't think it's the monetary value of what I spent that gave me satisfaction. I think it was the gesture and the interactions that came from that gesture. So with that all said and done, it's about time that I wrap this video up. For nearly every single second of my past 48 hours, I've been crafting this entirely different Phase 5 submission video. So I sincerely hope that you guys enjoyed it. Now, really quick, I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for the third and final part of my ongoing series. That video is almost completely edited. It's going to be nearly an hour and a half long. All that I have left to do is finish the intro and look over it several times to make sure there are no errors. I do plan on sleeping for about an entire day after I upload this video, but right when I wake up and I get some free time, I'm gonna get to editing and I'm gonna finish the third and final part of the series. It's going to be titled The Jackpot, by the way, if you're curious. And finally, the last thing to mention in this video, I just want to give a special thanks to every single one of you that has voiced your support on Twitter for my pursuit of making Faze Stevie a reality. It's truly amazing that out of the over 200,000 contestants of the Phase 5 challenge, I've made it to the last 100 people as a Rust player, and I genuinely think that you guys played such a huge role in that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. And that's it. My name's Stevie. Thank you so much for watching.